Tune in.
Hey you guys, this is Paris from the Diva Hustle Show. I wanted to jump on here and talk about the importance of building your personal brand as an entrepreneur and how essential it is to stand out in a crowd that establish yourself as an authority in your niche that you're working in. So I wanted to give you guys some tips about things you can do as a female entrepreneur to stand out. The first thing is you want to define your unique proposition in the field that you're in, that your business is in. You want to know what determines you and set you out from your competitors. What makes you basically it's like what made you want to do what you do. Um, I know when I first started out as an entrepreneur, it was kind of hard, it was kind of overwhelming. But just being able through the way to keep working on myself, finding things to better improving on myself, whether I'm working on the inside or the outside, that made me unique in the field that I have my business in. Another thing is you want to establish a constant visible identity. People that know me, I'm like, I love pink. I'm always a girly girl. I love my nails. I love my hair done. I love clothes. I love fashion. So me being able to establish that unique identity is consistent. And you want your brand material to be key, right? So like I recently with the Diva Hustle show, I recently redid the logo, had the logo redone over. So we're, matching everything up, social media, websites and things like that. But if you haven't noticed in the comparing the old logo to the new logo, it still have that feminine touch in it. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that unique touch. People are able to be saying, oh, okay, I remember her old logo had heels with a red bottom. This time she's going with a pink. So me being able to stay consistent in my brand identity is really key. And even me as again, that's just me. I love pink. I'm a girly girl, right? Like I said, you want to create a high quality content. And that's sharing your expertise, your insight, just making people understand why you are who you are, what makes you stand out from your competition, why is this so dear to your heart, basically, why you're doing it, what's your passion, what's your drive. You also want to build a strong social media presence in your brand, right? So if you're saying, hey, and I have to get better at this as well. Woman entrepreneur, or you're a motivator speaker, you want to constantly keep putting content out that represent your brand, and that is constant across those all boards. And another thing is you could collaborate with other entrepreneurs and leaders. That's really key. I love collaborating in marketing and working with other entrepreneurs. It's just something about it. Like, you're able to brainstorm, and sometimes you might be fighting a problem or dealing with a problem, and that person may have dealt with the problem in the past. And just by brainstorming and networking with other entrepreneurs, you're able to get around problems. And, I like it branching or working with other entrepreneurs because it gives you yeah, it sometimes it make you as a better person. It's just like, okay, I need to tighten up on this and I need to tighten up on that. So sometimes it can be competitive in a good way, not saying like, oh, you want to cut their throats and steal all their customers, but it can also, you can learn and pick up some things. I know when I started my fashion brand, I opened up a store. I had other people and other store owners, and just going to talk with them, seeing some of the things they was doing, some of the things I was doing. We was able to collaborate, talk about it, and bounce off ideas off each other, which was very helpful. Another thing you can do is attend networking events and conferences. That's really key. Again, you're just exchanging cards whenever you go to networking events. Always make sure that you have cards on deck, because again, you just never know when you might meet that need that person or a business or whatever. I know I was putting together a event, and I needed cupcakes, and I was like, okay, well, I want to deal with a small business that made cupcakes. So I went to my little Rolodex where I keep all my business cards, and I was able to pull out a owner that I met that made cupcakes. So again, attending networking events is always good. Just building that rapport. just meeting other entrepreneurs is always key. And the last and final thing, what I'll say is be true, stay consistent to who you are, to your values, to your brand. For me, everybody knows if you talk to, whether you're talking to my family members, you're talking to my friends, I'm always about women empowerment. I'm always about motivating women, just, knowing how hard it is as a woman being an entrepreneur, and the barriers that we have to overcome on a daily basis, is people know, I'm always here to support you. And this is why I have this platform to encourage other women that may feel like they don't look a certain way, or they don't talk a certain way, or they don't have all the keys, but they have the idea, just letting them know that there are other businesses or women entrepreneurs that started right where you started, but they were able to overcome these obstacles and barriers. And some of them the same that you are dealing with or thinking about. And this is how they was able to get over some of those obstacles. So, knowing me, everybody knows that across the board, but I just wanted to jump on here and to share some tips for female entrepreneurs and identifying themselves and doing their brand. Again, this is your girl Parrish from the Diva Hustle Show. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to get updates and notifications of new videos. Smooches.
Tune in.